In today's fast changing world, sustainable innovation is gradually emerging as the foundation for a better and brighter future. Young minds are constantly striving to turn this vision into reality. Supporting these efforts, the James Dyson Foundation recently concluded its annual engineering competition, the James Dyson Award 2024. This International Design Award serves as a platform to celebrate, encourage, and inspire the next generation of inventors with ideas to improve our planet. Today, we have with us the national winner of the James Dyson Award 2024, Komal Panda, an industrial designer from the National Institute of Design, Haryana. Komal's innovation, NovoCarry, addresses a critical healthcare challenge faced by diabetes patients. Let's hear about her journey and the inspiration behind her remarkable achievement. Komal, welcome to Jagran Josh.
Hello. Hi.
So, Komal, your journey is so inspiring. We would love to know more about your background.
So I come from a very traditional Odia family, and pursuing design was not a career path that my parents were aware of. They actually wanted me to take up something traditional like law or government exams, and that is what I was preparing for the longest time. However, with COVID rolling around, like I finished my 12th when COVID was rolling around, and I actually lost my mom during that time. And I had this entire revelation of what I truly wanted to do, and I ended up signing up for NID, and that's how I sort of came into studying at National Institute of Design, Haryana, and then eventually I took up industrial design as my specialization.
Okay. We all are so aware that it's not easy to win James Tyson Award, and you did it. So, first of all, congratulations for that. And now
Thank
I
you.
want you to tell us that how did you get to know about this award?
So the James Dyson Award is actually very reputed in the design community. Every year we do hear about the award and like the people who are winning it and the projects that are selected. And I actually came across the James Dyson Award back when I was in my first year, and I had come across the Dyson Foundation and the award through that. And this time, when I had a couple of projects so I'm currently in my fourth year, and by my fourth year, I had a couple of projects that I thought I had potential. So when the application window opened up, I had been following the award, I had been following the page, the YouTube page. So I knew that I wanted to apply, and that's when I sent in my submissions. I actually did not have very high hopes for my submissions, but they got picked up, and I am extremely lucky to be one of the winners this year.
So nice. So, how was your entire experience when you were applying for it?
It's very smooth. The portal itself is very smooth, and the questions are very thought provoking because often I feel like when we are designing something that it's very process driven, or it's very like you're designing something in silos. But when I was answering the questions, they were very thought provoking, and I had a good time with the application process. And I remember when I had finished my application process, I was content with it. Ki like, okay, if I win, if I don't win, that's going to be fine.
Okay.
And since then, like when the results came out, since then it has also been very great. Like the exposure that winning the award and being one of the winners this year has given me is insurmountable. And like people from all over the country who have either built products similar to this or are looking for a solution for their own diabetes management or for the diabetes management of like their parents, they have reached out to me, and it has been very humbling, and it's truly been a great experience these past couple of months.
Wow, that's lovely. So now it's the time to talk about your project that made you win this award. So tell us more about it and what specific problems does it solve?
Uh, my project NovoCarry, it actually came into being in my third year, which was in my sixth semester, which was 2 semesters before this, and so it actually started off as a classroom project. It was called Technically Complex Product, and I did not go into thinking that I was going to solve this problem, but when I did come across the bigger umbrella of supply of cold storage of medication, I was very intrigued by it, and then I thought closer to home. And a use case that I did pick up from my father was, so he works in the steel plant,
Okay.
and every day he would have to come back to take his insulin shot. And that is because there is no place for him to keep his insulin at his place of work. So that is a huge point of contention for him. Like that's a huge issue for him. And even if this can be managed through ice packs melt. Sometimes he would forget to take his ice pack and things like that. Or forget to like put the ice pack in the freezer one night before, and it would not be frozen by the time he would take it out. So that would be an issue. And then he would cycle through like 4 or 5 packets of ice pack all the time. So that is something that I picked up, and I looked at that use case, and I also came across various such use cases. I remember there was this girl that I talked to. She was in college as well. She was studying somewhere in Bangalore, but her hometown was in UP. So from UP to Bangalore is like a 24 hour train ride.
Right.
And she would say that every other station she would get off, take a cool water bottle, put it in a thermos, like every other station, as in like, like 3 4 hours mein, uh, put cold water into her thermos and then put her insulin into it, and then that's how she would carry it. So this mindset of jugaad, like that she had figured out, like my father had figured out, I really wanted to combat that, and like of course learn from it, and also make something that replaces this Jugado solutions with something more streamlined. So that is where my research pointed to, and I looked at a lot of other kinds of solutions. Like there are a lot of solutions for diabetes management, like for uh, cold storage of insulin on the market. However, I did not want to take something that needed to be refrigerated. I wanted to take something that might not require refrigeration, something that has like a battery, so it has like a longer, like you can travel with it, you can go trekking with it. A lot of the activities that diabetics generally do not do because they're afraid of, like what if like what if this might happen, what if something happens to my insulin. I really wanted to work with that mental model, and yeah, that's how NovoCarry sort of came into being.
That's so nice. So, what are your plans for NovoCarry's future developments?
I'm still working on the research and development part of it. It is still very much a project in the works. With the help from the the James Dyson Award Foundation, and also the help that I have like been offered by people. Otherwise, I think I'm going to take that advice, take that help, and then put it back into the product, and then prototype it further and see what can be done with this before I eventually make it a market ready solution.
Right. So just now you mentioned that you are taking advice from people. So what all feedback are you getting from people? I'm very sure that NovoCarry is making a significant impact. So what all feedback are you
Yeah.
receiving these days?
Oh, a feedback that really stayed with me was a father reached out to me over Instagram saying that his 6 year old daughter is just starting to go to school over the last 1 year or so. And she's a type 1 diabetic. So there's two kinds of diabetes, type 1 and type 2, that I primarily looked at. Type 2 being people like my father who developed it later in their life, and type 1 being people who might have the condition since their birth. So this young girl, this baby, literally has the condition since her birth, and she does not know how to manage it. And the father is so apprehensive because he's like, I want to send my child to school. I want her to have a normal childhood, but I don't know if she can, take her shots. And even if the teachers administer the shots, like he's very skeptical about it.
Right.
And he was like, oh, is this solution market ready yet? Like, can I buy it off of you? And it was very like touching to hear that story, because when I was researching, like I mentioned, sometimes you do end up researching in silos. I was primarily looking at type 2 diabetics, people of like the 20 to 35 to 40 age group, who might be doing a lot of back and forth to their office, who might want to go on treks, who might be traveling a lot. And yet this age group, like a 6 year old, I did not think about. And that comes with its own set of challenges. Yet that was very like touching to hear the story, and now I have another use case to look forward to.
Right.
And
It's beautiful. So I'm very curious about the name Novocarry. How did you end up choosing this name?
Oh, so carry is obviously
Yeah,
just comes from the word to carry insulin,
right.
and my dad's so insulin comes in a lot, like it has a lot of names, like a lot of brands out there, and my dad actually uses a lot of brands, but
Mm-hmm.
my mom would always call it Novopen, Novopen. Like even if he's using some other company, like
Hmm.
she just always associated it with it. So I picked up the word Nova from there
Okay.
and changed it here because, like a lot of the elderly people or older, like people from our parents' generation, they do associate the word Novopen or
Right.
Nova with insulin. So yeah, it's a very prominent company. So
Hmm.
I played with like a couple of letters of that name.
Cute. Nice. So, what message do you have? Any message or advice do you have for aspiring engineers or designers who wish to create an impact?
I really think that we as designers and engineers as well, we should look to work together in the sense that when I was designing it, I had to take a lot of advice from a lot of engineers on how the Peltier chip works, on how do I cool this thing a
Hmm.
lot more effectively, how will the battery be stored, and all of that.
Hmm.
And I also come across a lot of engineers who have great products, but perhaps they could take a lot of they could, like the product could use a little bit of help on the designing side.
Right.
So I really think that engineers and designers, if they come together and solve real life challenges, they already do, but I
Hmm.
think together something really good can be created. And I am really excited to see like competitions like the James Dyson Award, like, and many more like this, people participating in it in lakhs, and great solutions, all of them. So whether you're a designer, engineer, or even if you have no technical expertise or design background, I really think that you should take up a real life challenge, something around you, so you can research on it a lot easier and try to solve it.
Thank you so much, Komal, for joining us and sharing your remarkable journey with us. We wish you all the best for future and also for Novocarry's further development. Thank you.